Hello, my name's Rod Trengove from Brockharcourts. It's at Henley Beach. Welcome to my segment, and I hope you enjoy the show.
By way of introduction, Rod Trengove, all the way from Brockharcourts down there at Henley Beach, and doing really well, Rod.
Yes, thank you, Greg. The suburb of West Beach is going ahead in leaps and bounds.
Yeah. Now, just a little bit about your background. What were you doing? I said in the intro that you're a teacher, am I right?
In a previous life,
Yeah.
I was a teacher of who you were talking about.
Young Bruce Lennon, so there we go.
Brucey Lennon,
Yeah.
and even Peter Motley was in the same
Is that
crew.
right?
So
Jeez, you had a fine football team.
fine football
That was
team.
Blackwood High, I
Blackwood
reckon.
High School, yes,
Yeah,
and the boys
yeah.
were eventually with Sturt, and then Peter with
Carlton,
of course.
and then Brucey Lennon at Richmond.
And that's
so
right.
All,
So
all
you've
because
got,
of you.
You've got some football ability as well?
As a runner.
Good drink, mate.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Right, there's quite a few teachers that have actually come into our industry. Just tell us a little bit about why you came into real estate and how that's happened.
I've had a few careers,
Righto.
Greg, and teaching was back in the 70s and 80s. I then went into golf club management, and then I was living overseas on an aid program before I came back to Australia and started up in real estate. So I've had a varied career.
When did you start in real estate?
Back in 2000,
Right.
when I came back from overseas, it was actually in Canberra.
Right.
And then I moved back and did the bridging course here with the REI, and spent a few years with the Smaller Combe Group, and then decided to move down to the beach side, and have spent 6 years now with Sam Hosking when he first started up the Henley Beach office.
And he's doing magnificently well. Sam's probably one of our very best business owners, and the way that he's got that office organised and set up, and the training and everything else, I can see how you've become so successful. But you really have been one of the leading lights down there, Rod, and also an auctioneer.
Yes, I am. I'd just like to also say that it has been in no small part to Sam and his leadership.
Yeah.
And we have got a good, strong team down there of 10, looking to go to about 14 by the end of the year.
Anybody wanting to join, give Sam Hosking a buzz. See
and-
Rod.
And I specialise in West Beach, and I have done since I've been there. And
Well, on that one, you're talking about West Beach. What's going on down there price-wise, median house prices and those sorts of things? What's your gut feel?
Well, the median house price is not a real indicator, although it has had a 30% increase in the last 12 months, and I
Right.
guess that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The median house price at the moment is showing at around 640,000, whereas if we look at the average, it's probably at around 550. And I think you mentioned earlier in the lead-in that it offers great value, and it certainly does. There are lots of homes in there that were built. The suburb started back in the 60s, and there are a lot of homes in there that are 40 years old that are still in excellent condition and do present really, really good value at the sort of the mid-5s, low 6s.
Okay.
But the median house prices happened because there's been a huge amount of development, not only in just West Beach, but also in Henley Beach South, Henley and Grange, all along that seafront area. It's been fantastic.
The whole suburb seems to be going through an upgrade, if you like. Is that fair to say, in terms of you've got lovely old villas down that way, as well as the modern contemporary type developments going on as well?
Yeah, look, there's no doubt the development started back there a few years ago, and they're all starting to come on stream now, and they're all executive style dwellings of 2-storey, anything from 290 to 350 square metres on smaller size blocks of anywhere from 350 to 450 square metres. But they're offering fabulous lifestyle, but they're big homes that families can move into, and there's still plenty of room for them in the rear, etc. But they've got everything else that West Beach offers and the coastline.
Certainly a great area.
Yeah, is there any history down there? It seems an older suburb. Is there anything that strikes you as historical, or?
It's in a way it's a newer development of Adelaide, in that they tried to get it started in the sort of late 50s, and it really didn't take off. And then with the airport coming on board in the late 60s, there was another sort of surge, and that's when it really did start to take hold. So in around about the late 60s, people started to really get the purchases going and getting the building and construction going. And a lot of the homes in there are sort of your typical 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and of the time the basket range stone frontage or the cream brick or even red brick. But and there's been extensions over that time, so some of them are now offering, you know, the ensuite, etc. But that's about where that side of it is.
Yep.
But the newer developments where it's happening.
Fantastic. Really has got like a carnival atmosphere down there, hasn't it? You sort of get along to the beach, and it's got the softball pitches there as well, and the caravan park and the whole lot. It really holiday 4 or 5 k's from the city.
That's
it's just absolutely amazing.
Get that round of golf in as well.
Yeah.
Well, you've got all of that stuff because you've got the walking trails, you've got linear park. You can walk the beach for anything up to 10 kilometres without any cars or anything. And the amount of people now that you see in the Lycra on their bikes and in their groups and all of that on a daily basis after and before work and even especially on weekends.
Yeah, so the old fat boys cruise through down there and sit there and have their coffee. What are you picking? What's Henley Beach? What's in store for the rest of 2010, 2011? Strong capital growth, probably?
I believe there is. I'm marketing a number of properties there at the moment, and the interest in the properties is quite phenomenal. First open inspections of a couple of the houses in the last few weeks have been upwards of 40 people.
Amazing.
Which, when you look at that, is still showing
fantastic.
enormous.
Yeah.
Second open inspection, 36 groups.
Wow.
And we're finding an influx, I believe, of the families that have grown up and the mums and dads wanting to get rid of the big family home in the sort of northeastern suburbs and so forth, coming into the western suburbs, close as possible to the beach as affordability, and anything under $1 million these days is affordable for a lot of people. Yeah. And they're getting themselves substantial homes and beautiful brand new homes that they can live in for their retirement.
With all of that activity going on, we spoke about the best and final offer earlier. What are your thoughts on it in terms of, you know, the 40 people coming into the home and open inspection? How do you deal with the best and final offer from the prospective purchasers?
I have a little advice to people that are putting in offers that it will be their first and final offer, and that have they got any room to move? If they say no, I give them another opportunity and say, well, if I come back to you and say, look, I'm sorry, but you've missed out on this property by $5,000. Is there anything else I can show you? And would you then turn around and say, well, I would have given you that $5,000?
That's great.
Yeah, great approach.
And they say, well, there's a
maybe I could
bit of a mumble. And I said, well, look, rather than be disappointed, give it to me now. And you may be the new owner of this property. And then they've got no comeback that I haven't given them the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to contact me, my number is 0404 885 147, or you can contact the office on 8356 7300 and ask for me, Rod Trengove.